Dodge GTX V8. The Chrysler Corporation was active in Argentina during the 60s and the 70s, producing several models aimed directly at the local market. Their biggest and most luxurious offering was the Dodge GT, a Dodge Dart-based sedan with better equipment, powered by the famous 225/6 engine. The car left the factory in 1968, but in 1970, Chrysler Argentina decided to present the correct muscle version in the form of the GTX. Borrowing the name from the eponymous Plymouth car, the GTX was also a luxury muscle car, at least for South American standards of the day, with power windows and air conditioning as standard. It featured a cool-looking coupe body and an optional 318 V8, which delivered 212 horsepower or 230 horsepower depending on the model year, and transformed this Dodge into one of the most powerful domestic cars of the period. The production lasted until 1973, and due to its high price, the GTX was and is very rare. Chevrolet Chev Firenza Can-Am. One of the craziest and rarest Chevrolet muscle cars ever is the Chev Firenza Can-Am. Introduced in 1973, the Firenza Can-Am was based on the Vauxhall Firenza platform. The Firenza was a two-door sedan designed and constructed in England and built in South Africa under the Chevrolet badge. However, the best thing about this car was its engine. A 5.0-liter Chevrolet V8 straight from the Z28 Camaro with a performance intake and heads, which produced close to 400 horsepower. Since the Firenza body was very light, the V8 could launch this homologation special in 5.4 seconds from 0 to 60 miles per hour, accelerating figures closer to Ferrari than Chevrolet. The Firenza Can-Am was produced in 100 examples, almost by hand, and the cars were primarily used for racing. Today, surviving examples are rare and very expensive. Dodge 3700 GT. For many years, the Dodge Dart was one of the best-selling Mopar products in America. But very few people know that it had a significant presence in Spain under the name Dodge 3700. The Dodge 3700 is a luxury car model manufactured by the Spanish company Barreros between 1971 and 1977. This model wasn't identical to the US-built Darts, but was positioned slightly upmarket. It was the most powerful and expensive car produced in Spain in the 1970s. The first Dodge 3700 GT left the factory in 1971 with a 225/6 engine. The 225 cubic inch displacement is 3.7 liters, hence the 3700 designation. This Dodge got GT brakes, improved suspension, and a luxury interior. That's why the Spanish government often used it. Production ceased in 1977 after only 9,959 examples. Ford Maverick GT V8. The American buyers got to know Maverick as Ford's base economy model, introduced in 1969 to fight the foreign compact car invasion. The US Maverick wasn't anything special. It was just another affordable runabout with no defining features. But in Brazil, it was one of the premium muscle cars in GT trim. The Brazilian Maverick production started in 1973 and lasted until 1979. The car was the same as the US version. It came with a straight-six engine and no special equipment. Over the years, Ford of Brazil produced over 500,000 examples, making the Maverick a widespread choice in that part of the world. But for muscle car connoisseurs and enthusiasts, Ford produced the Maverick GT V8 equipped with a 5-liter V8 302 cubic inch displacement. It It had 199 horsepower, a significant number for the standards of the day. In this relatively light package, and with 4-speed manual transmission, the Maverick GT was one of the fastest Brazilian cars of the time. In 1975, Ford introduced the Maverick GT with quadrajet 4-barrel carburetor, which raised the power level to 255 horsepower and made this car very fast. This model came with famous Ford grabber colors, front and rear spoilers, sports wheels, and lots more. Even today, this is one of the most popular and sought-after Brazilian muscle cars. Ford Sierra XR8. You may remember the Sierra, the definitive 80s Ford mid-size family model with rear-wheel drive. It was available in America as a Merkur XR4Ti with a 2.3-liter turbo engine and with modest success. But South Africans had a different idea. Ford of South America produced a limited run of Sierra XR8 models, which featured a 5-liter V8 engine straight out of the Mustang with 220 horsepower. By modern standards, it's not an overly powerful or quick car, but the XR8 is a well-sorted, high-specification road and XR8 could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 7 seconds, which made it perfect as a basis for a successful racing car. Since this was a homologation special, the production was small at just 250 examples, which appeared almost stock.